Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crazy Kitsune Gaming with the first episode of The First Descendant. Yes, this is a brand new looter shooter type game. Yes, this game was actually quite literally released this very night. Now, by the time you're seeing this, it will probably be daytime, but yeah, it's still technically kind of night at the time of me recording this. So yes, this is not really a walkthrough, this is a pretty much 75% blind playthrough. I've only seen some very brief footage of the game, and it looks kind of interesting, so I'm going to try it out today, and I've never played a game blind before, so it's a first for everything. Now, I should say that this is also a live service game, so for those of you who don't know, this is basically a type of game where it is modeled off the theory that it will be updated to infinity, like until the foreseeable future, which does sound great, but they also tend to have some more aggressive and unpleasant monetization tactics. However, the particular studio that has made this one has promised that they will avoid some of the more unpleasant parts of it. It is technically 100% completely completable without ever having to buy any microtransactions. So, I guess we'll see if that's true. Now, of course, before I get into any game, I always like to look at the options, and this game has some interesting ones. So let's go all the way to the first one where it has graphics. Now, the only one that they have here is just motion blur, basically meaning that there's a bit of a after image that's left behind with animations. It's a bit hard to explain, but basically it tries to make it a bit more smooth and realistic. Now, as for actually important things, that being gameplay. So we have some interesting ones here. The most important ones being the different damage display options. All of these start as off, but I turn them all on because I kind of want the most information possible about what I'm actually doing to the enemies, whatever those enemies are going to be. Now, there's also a couple other ones. Now, because I haven't played the game, because keep in mind, this is the first game I've played where I have not played it beforehand before recording it, then I don't know everything about its controls. Now, it does have some audio things, because a very important thing to remember is that this is a multiplayer game. There will oftentimes in areas be other players around you, so do keep that in mind. And with that, there is a voice chat. I have turned both of them to off because I have no confidence in dealing with voice chats. It has gone wrong before, so I always just leave it off. Now, also there are the languages. So as for text language, you have, a mountain of options. But when it comes to the voice language, then it's basically English, Korean, or go shag yourself. Those are the only options that you have. So do keep that in mind before getting into this. Now then, the rest of these are just completely normal type volume settings that you would expect in any game. And there's also display, yes. Two very important things here that I'm already noticing. Field of view. So I'm not sure how the field of view is going to be when I actually get into the game, but you know how, like, since it's the only other shooter I've played, in Garden Warfare 2, your camera is basically always in the same type of viewing point? Well, you can actually change it with this one. So if you want to be able to see more that's around you, or maybe be a little more focused in around what's directly in front of you, you can actually change your field of view. And also, another very important one, this has colorblind correction for, yeah, those three. Green color blindness, red color blindness, and blue color blindness. So, yeah, this does have some accessibility options. If you have any of those, opias, then this actually has an option that can help you deal with that. So, very happy to see that. Not enough games really have that, and it's a bit disappointing. It's to the point I have to reward a game and give it extra points just for having it, because there are not enough games that have colorblind corrections, and it's kind of upsetting. Now, the rest of these are sort of controls. Now, keep in mind you start off with vibration on. I always turn it off. It's one of those, I play too long in my days for half of the battery to get eaten up with vibrations. And again, because I haven't really gotten in and played it yet, I'm not sure about changing sensitivities or anything like that. One thing you really need to watch out for is they start off with aim assist on. Now, I don't know if it's like aim assist in other games, but I've played, a couple of shooters out there. I've played Garden Warfare 2, and I've also played Halo. And Halo's aim assist in specific would always get me killed, and I don't want to risk it again. Basically, aim assist is supposed to be like this little mechanic where, you know, it's supposed to be this accessibility feature that makes life easier for you. What it really does is you could have an enemy with very long range trying to shoot you 30 yards away from you, and you're trying to aim at him. But let's say there's some melee enemy that has very, very low damage. A big and often occurrence in Garden Warfare 2. Well, the aim assist is always going to try to move your cursor for whatever is closer, and it was just a nightmare to deal with. So, that is how I've configured my settings, just so you know, because I always look in the settings of a game before I play it. So then, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put a chapter there for, you know, skipping by the settings, so, yeah, let's get into it. I have no idea what's going to happen once I press A to start. But, just so you know, I don't talk during cutscenes, so you won't have to worry about that. Alright, so we are now connecting, because yes, it is sadly a online game. Alright, it took a hot minute to get through the connecting process.
I saw everything. The connection between two worlds. About a century ago, humans were defeated by the Vulgus. Invaders from the other world. Then came the Colossi, who destroyed everything. Humans resisted until they could no longer. Then they found hope. gifted the Forgotten Ancestors' power. Finally, they could fight with newfound strength. But another threat had emerged. Karel, the new leader of the Vulgus. His dark ambitions are driving both worlds to the brink of collapse. We must fight back. With the Ancestors' power bestowed upon us. Descendant, can you hear me? I've been waiting for you.
Alright, interesting little opening cutscene in the realm of opening cutscenes.
According to the investigative core, the Ironheart is in the ruins. The assignment is simple. Bunny will collect it, while one of you protects her. So, who is going to take this on?
Alright then, and now we actually have to go and pick a character of some sort. Okay then. So, yes, this is a game where you don't really make your character. You have to sort of pick between these starting 3 characters. Now, I do know that later on you will get more options to unlock other characters, but for now, these are our options. So, yeah, it looks like we will have to sort of look at them first. Okay, so...
Seems like my kind of job. Wouldn't it be easier if I just froze everything?
Okay then. Viessa. A debuffer who uses chill at will. She uses chill to freeze enemies in place, unleashing cold snap-like attacks as she weaves her way between them. Okay. Ah, so here we can sort of see... Oh, it's like this little stats wheel thing. Okay, that's a very interesting way to show that there. So, def. I assume that means defense. Okay, so these are your stat infos at level 40, I think it's trying to say. I think it's trying to say that is where they will eventually end up. Okay. But my question is, where are we actually starting from is the question. I mean, assuming they do their leveling system kind of like Fuga does, then it will take their base stats and sort of just keep exaggerating those stats. So, if that's the logic that I'm going with here, then that means that you're going to start off with just smaller versions of what it's showing here. If that's the case, then that's a very high defense. And, okay... Okay, no, the HP is the one at the bottom. I mean, 878, but I'm not sure what kind of numbers are we talking about. Is that super tanky? Are we talking about a game where, 20 damage is actually something to think about? Or is this going to be a game that's casually throwing out thousands of damage? If so, then I'm not really sure if that's actually tanky. Now, can I look? Okay, I can look at each of your skills up here. Okay then. Blizzard creates a blizzard at a designated location Enemies within the blizzard take continuous damage. When the blizzard ends, it explodes and deals burst DMG, okay, shortened damage to nearby enemies. Inflicts Ice Shackle on hit enemies. Well, what does Ice Shackle do? Okay. Cold Snap. Launches Chill toward the front, inflicts damage, and Ice Shackle. Okay, I'm assuming that's this game's word for the general slowing effect of ice. I'm assuming? But you know, assume can make an ass out of you and me. So it's on enemies that come into contact with Chill. Okay. Frost Road. Activate the Frost Road state. While in the Frost Road state, creates ice sheets on the ground touched. Enemies that touched the ice sheets are inflicted with Ice Shackle. Okay, sure. And Frost Shards. Fire Frost Shards to deal damage to hit enemies and burst damage to nearby enemies. Inflicts Ice Shackle on hit enemies. Okay. And what is this passive skill? Ice Sphere. Upon using a skill to put an enemy into Ice Shackle stage. Okay. Create an ice sphere that flies around nearby. The ice sphere that is created at a nearby enemy, dealing damage to hit the enemy and burst damage to nearby enemies. The hit is inflicted with Ice Shackle. Ice Shackle decreases the speed. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, game, for finally telling me that. And increases in stage when the effect stacks. Oh, okay, so you can keep on slowing them down even more as you keep hitting them. Okay, then. So this would be our select button for when we're ready to choose. Well, I still have two others to look at. How about you? Let's take a closer look at you then.
Defense is my forte.
A tanker who utilizes void energy. Coordinates his team with a force field that protects allies while deflecting enemy attacks. Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, that's very exaggerated in one direction, isn't it? Very high defense, very high max shield. Good God, well, you are an absolute stud muffin. His max HP of 1,749. Wow, that's about double what Viessa had, I believe? That is potent. That is a stark difference. Okay. So then, active skills. Orbit Barrier. Create a barrier in front that blocks damage. When the barrier is hit, inflicts reflection damage on the enemy. When using an enhanced skill, enhances reflection damage. Max reflection damage rate is based on defense, followed by skill power. Okay then, interesting. Void Walk. So jumps forward and deals damage upon a landing, inflicting stun. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure I would call that a void walk, I would call that a void jump. When using an enhanced skill, grants the leap enhancement effect. Okay. Expulsion. Deals damage to nearby enemies and inflicts knockback when using an enhanced skill. Increases base damage and range. Okay. That's interesting. So it's like you have this little shag off button for when things are too close to you for your comfort. That's nice, I suppose. Okay then. So yeah, next up is Hypercube. Create a dome-shaped barrier that blocks damage. When using an enhanced skill, grants the barrier enhancement effect to allies. Okay. So then, passive effect. Event for Horizon. When the skill ends, gains void energy. The amount of void energy determines singularity effect. Okay, so we're shooting black holes at enemies now. That's fun. When void energy is at maximum, use an enhanced skill. When using an enhanced skill, grants additional effects to the existing skill. Cannot gain void energy while using an enhanced skill, and void energy is consumed if out of combat. Okay. So you know what this sounds like, right? Because I've played Garden Warfare 2 and BFN, so those are kind of where my comparisons lie. This guy is the all-star type character. And my problem with tanky characters in shooter games, I don't really tend to like them. Maybe this one is completely different. Just judging from my past knowledge of prior games, something tells me I would not actually end up enjoying him. For some reason, I just don't enjoy tankier characters in shooter games, and I don't know why. Because I love them in old-timey RPGs, but no, I've just never been a fan of All-Star or any tanky character like that in games like this. So, probably not. But then again, I don't know. Maybe they've actually made tanky characters really fun in this game. I'm not completely sure. But we do still have one guy left to look at. Lepic.
I'll go. I just need to blow up everybody except Bunny, right?
A dealer who uses grenades to attack. Clears the battlefield with his right arm and grenades, which boast a powerful performance. Okay. So your skills are very much focused in max hit points, which is interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. I don't know. It mostly just doesn't look good because I had just looked at the massively exaggerated chart of Ajax, so yeah, let's look at your skills then. Grenade throw. Okay. Throws a grenade forward, dealing burst damage. Okay, that one's nice and simple. Overclock. Gains overclock. Inflicts burn on enemies. Okay. Damaged by grenade throw or overkill. Burn deals continuous damage for a certain period of time. Okay. So next up, traction grenade. Throws a traction grenade forward to inflict towed on enemies within range. Huh. Okay, so from the little example they're showing there, it's basically you throw it, and it sort of pulls up everyone into the central point of it. So kind of like an Imp's gravity grenade, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, so last ability, Overkill. Equips a unique weapon. While the unique weapon is equipped, MP is continuously consumed. Okay, so I'm guessing, yeah, because that is a stat down here, max MP. So I'm guessing that's the resource that basically all of these abilities will use. So MP is continuously consumed. When MP runs out, the weapon is unequipped. Enemies hit by unique weapon bullets take burst damage. The impact point of the unique weapon creates a damage zone, dealing continuous damage. Okay, so let's look at your passive skill then. Close Call. Upon receiving fatal damage, gains Close Call. While Close Call is active, grants damage immunity and immobilization when Close Call ends. Recovers HP proportional to own max HP. Oh, that's why you're trying to lean into the max hit points area. Honestly, that's very interesting. That technically means you can kind of cheat death a little bit. which makes me wonder if there's some sort of catch to it. No, there's got to be a catch to it, or a cooldown or something. So I guess I have to make my final verdict now on the characters. I mean, he's tanky. I already know. They're not, you know, sort of playing around. They're just dropping it straight in your lap. This guy is the tank. That's what he's built for. That's what all his abilities are made for. And, you know, it's a game that's meant to be multiplayer, so it makes sense, but I'm probably going to be going through most of this as alone as I physically can be in a multiplayer game, so having a character who is built to keep all the other characters alive, well, in my case, it's most likely going to be a case of what other characters? I'm just me, really. No other strings attached. So, I'm gonna rule Ajax out for now, and Lepic...
I'll go.
I mean...
I just need to blow up everybody except
Close
Bunny,
call
right?
sounds amazing. That ability to just completely cheat death. I mean, the stats may look lackluster here, but I mean, they're put where it counts. And all of your abilities sound decently interesting. I mean, maybe not the most inventive things. I mean, it's mostly just grenades. But it means you have a lot of different area of effect options, and you have the interesting things like overclock and overkill, so maybe that's who I go with. Maybe so. But then again, it's been a while since we've looked at Viessa because I've gone through
Seems like
looking at
my
the
kind of
other
job.
ones.
Wouldn't it be easier if I just froze
Yeah, you're
everything?
mostly a debuffer. That's what it says you do, and it is certainly what you do. You mostly just slow everything else down. Which sounds good, but also... I'm still thinking the level 40 stats there that they're showing has to be some reflection of what they start with. And the max HP is just... it's a little too uncomfortable for me, is the thing. And I know, you know, oh, you can slow enemies down, but, like, it's a looter shooter, right? You shoot, and you loot. The first part of that is you shoot, and I'm assuming that most of the enemies are going to be shooting too, which means that they don't necessarily need to be moving around that much, which makes me think that speed isn't necessarily going to be the most necessary thing. So, I think I am actually going to go with Lepic. I think that's going to be the epic
go.
choice to make.
I just need to blow up everybody except Bunny, right?
Yeah, I think that's who we're going with. I'm going to select this Descendant. Okay, you have to press and hold to select. They really want to make sure you're certain about your choice. I mean, I've literally examined it as much as I can without having played the game, so I'm pretty certain. Maybe I'll regret it later.
Wait for me! There's no Ironheart on that side either.
Then this is the only place left.
Let's get this over with.
The Architect Ruins.
It took so many soldiers to find this place. Please let the Ironheart be in here somewhere.
I hope it's here too, Bunny. I'd like to give Albion some good news.
Finding the Ironheart is important. but so is retrieving it. The Vulgus also have their sights set on these ruins.
Don't worry about that, Alpha. Compared to me, the Vulgus are as slow as turtles.
I'll blow up anyone who comes for you, Bunny.
Good to know you have my back. So, do you know what the heart looks like?
We'll know when we see it.
Come on, hurry up.
Yeah, so here we are. Just slow your horses down here, Bunny. I'm in a completely new world. I've just been born. You gotta give me some time to think. Okay, so this is our first mission here in these ancient ruins. Definitely sort of ancient and ruiny looking. Okay, so first thing I always have to test, is it A to jump? It is, okay. So what happens if I hit each of the triggers? Okay, so that's my zoom in, and the other trigger is going to be... Okay, it is the shoot. Okay. That's what I need to know first and foremost before anything else. Okay. Let's go, Bunny. No need to hold your horses any longer. Press the down on left stick to sprint. Okay. I think that's what they're saying. Is that it? Am I getting that right? Whoa, okay. Well, that's very interesting. That's what happens if I do the other trigger. So, yeah, I am sprinting. Oh, and you can jump while sprinting. Okay. Good to know. Alright, I'm coming with you. I now know how to be fast, sort of.
I'll take the lead.
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay, that's a big
Whoa.
jump.
What the heck?
What's going on? All operatives report.
Oh, those fall. Oh, okay. Good to know.
We almost died. I'm okay, by the way.
Roger that. Resume operation.
Our path's been cut off. We better find a way around.
Okay, then. Okay, so we do have mission indicators. Okay. So, yeah, I'll have to go in the cave area, I assume? That's only safe, right? Are they gonna pull the classic giant spider thing or something?
Something's not right.
Okay. Assuming they just told me left trigger and right trigger to aim and open fire, I'm guessing there's something not too friendly. If so, which button do I use to reload? Is it X? Okay, okay. So they do these controls exactly like Garden Warfare 2 and Halo. I'm very happy to know that. So I basically know all the necessities. Okay. So you are an enemy, and yes, you do have range. Okay, at least you seem squishy. My aim sucks because I just started playing, but at least they're squishy. Come here. Okay. There's one more, I believe. Yes. Come on. Be froggy. Just come out here so I can shoot you. Come on. It's not that hard. It's in your best interest.
What? I'll come help.
No need. I'll take him out, then join you.
Okay, so are there any others in here then? I don't see any others. But I could be blind. Maybe I should have turned on one of those trypophobia things. I don't know. No, it looks like we are just genuinely clear. What a pretty looking area. This is another game I've played that was made in Unreal Engine 5, by the way. Are you an enemy? No, you're Bunny. Okay. But yeah, this is now the second
Glad
game
you're
I've
safe.
played that's made in
Me too.
Unreal Engine 5.
But then again, I am me.
No need to brag. Come on, let's keep going.
Okay then. But yeah, you can really tell. Although I think this game was made in that annoying transition point between Unreal Engine
doing?
4 and 5.
coming?
So Yes, I'm coming. I'm trying to explain how cool this game is. I'm trying to tell the people why the developers of this game did cool things. And you're telling me to just be a busybody. But yeah, you can really tell it's a decently detailed area.
What is all this?
Ooh. Oh, that's intimidating.
Huh, there's no way through. This is the only place left. There has to be something here.
There was a hidden space.
It's the Ironheart! Cover me! So this is the Ironheart. We can close the dimensional wall with this, right? And when we have all three of them, we can stop the Colossi and the Vulgus? How awesome is that? But does something feel weird to you? It feels like the Ironheart is somehow calling to me. Wait, what the hell?
Okay, well that was weird. And now we're in a even weirder area. We have quite literally gone into the light. They always tell you not to do that, and yet we did it anyway. This is why you don't go into the light. Jump. Yes, we know how to jump. Although you can also do a double jump? Oh, that's neat. Okay. Why is double jump such a popular feature in every game? I never get why. It just started being a thing in gaming after a certain period, and I don't know where it started. But it's with us now.
I've been waiting for so long.
Okay then.
Prove yourself. Push forward without hesitation.
Press right button to fire grappling hook.
Believe in yourself.
Okay. Right bumper. Interesting. Okay, so I can just do that kind of wherever I want? Wow, okay, even onto the ground. Is there any real limit to its height? Like, can I use it to get up there? I can. Okay. Well, then that makes me have a big question. That's not something I could get to with a jump, right? Okay, no, it's not. Okay, so grappling hook, can I jump into... Okay, so I can jump into my grappling hooks. That's good to know. That feels like that's gonna be required in some absolutely nasty pork hour in the game eventually, right? Yeah, like maybe right here. Okay, jump. And now... oh, okay, the jump was enough. So could I just hook it across the gap? Okay. Neato then. So, yeah, we okay, so I now see our compass thing. It's not showing a whole lot, and under it it shows the objective. Attempt to escape the unknown space. Rotate during a grappling hook. Okay, that one's gonna be weird. I can rotate during the oh. Oh, so they're essentially saying you can move yourself during the grappling hook? Am I getting that right? Yes, I am. Okay. Good. Alright, so jump, jump. Okay. So I just gotta get up there. For some reason, I feel like it's not gonna be simple. I don't feel like it's gonna be that simple, right? Certainly not. But up we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are super comfy looking stairs. They're not even connected to each other. Okay. Yeah, that's super comfy.
Finally here. This is a space where your unconscious takes physical form. I have been waiting for you since the beginning. I am your guide. I was created to guide the descendants to the Ironheart. This is the connection procedure, descendant. Initializing process to access your consciousness. We both need the Ironheart. I can help humanity, descendant.
Did you see the guide too?
Yeah, I saw it. It took me to a weird place and... Hold on. It's the Vulgus. They found their way here.
Let's get out of here. Hurry!
I seriously have no idea what's going on. Target secured. I'm moving out. You need to stay alive. We have a lot to talk about.
Oh, don't worry about me.
Okay then, so we have a ghost lady around now in our consciousness apparently. And the more immediate danger, actually a ghost lady in our mind could be rather immediate, but there are our enemy here, the Vulgus, which looks like Volugas to me. That's how it looks to me, and that's how I would have said it if another character didn't say it first.
What's that sound?
I have synchronized with your consciousness. Focus on the heart. It must not be captured.
Okay then, what do those yellow dots mean? Yellow weird triangles, I should say. Oh, those are enemy indication marks, I believe. Okay. So Vulgas are Yellow triangles. Good to know. Hi, guys. I'm going to take you out with my horrendous aim. Wow, that was bad. And there's more. Okay. Hello there. Okay. And there's more. You look a bit different. But you died, so I won't have to worry about what you do. And it looks like you dropped thingies. What are these thingies? HP full. Oh, so is that a sort of like a healing item, I believe? But they don't let you carry them with you. Okay, then what's this? I think it was something. I think it was ammo of some kind? Not too sure. Okay, so they're gonna want us to grappling on up there. Okay, that's not where I was trying to get to, but what's in here then? It looks like a empty room. Come on, you could have hit a collectible here or something. Come on. Okay. Well, we have achieved empty room. Good to know. Evade. Okay, wow, you're bringing up a whole tutorial pop-up. Press the B button to roll and evade enemy attacks. Okay. So I would do that like... Did something hit me? Not too sure. I know there are enemies here. I need to learn how to evade, so I... Okay, so you can do an evade from a complete standstill. And I've rolled myself off the ledge while doing that. Now, can you do it in... Okay, you can do it left. You can do it right. Can you do it backwards? Ooh, you can. Okay. Not every game that has an evade lets you do it completely backwards. That is very neat. That is also not what I was trying to do. Is this just... do they really just mean you to come up here first? Is this really the only purpose of that room? If so, that is bizarre. Okay. I have a suspicion that we have a... Yes, enemy. Okay. What are you saying? Follower sniper. That's what they call them. Okay. You're just a mass shooter. A very idiotic one who did not wait for their teammate, it would seem. Okay, you're not the best shot. Lucky for you, neither am I, so this might take a while. You don't seem to like to be able to shoot at me in that area. Okay. I have exploited his lack of intelligence. Okay. I'm sure they want me to evade or something? Press Y to switch weapons. Press and hold the Y button to switch to weapon 3. Okay. So I can press Y to switch weapons. I mean, No, I'm not that happy with what I have right now. So what else do I have? Oh! Oh, this is a sniper type weapon. Oh, okay. Well, that is exactly my kind of weapon then. Is it actually any good? Hey, you there. No, come back. Your head was in the perfect position. Come on. Cheers! It is good. Okay. Did you drop any? Yes, you dropped a purple... No, a blue square. What does blue square mean? MP full. Oh. So this is for your resource to use special abilities. How do we use the special abilities, though? Oh, wait a minute. I see it now that I look down. Okay, so looks like they kind of do it where you have to unlock some of them later. So I think they're saying right bumper plus A means aha. That's how we do the grenade. And yes, it does cost the blue resource, the MP. Okay. And that's a pretty reasonable cooldown. That seems very doable. Okay, so how does this type of grenade really work? Is it an explode on contact, or do they let it bounce once? No, it seems to be entirely based on a duration. Okay. And that means, yes, I can grab that and get my MP back to tip-top shape. Okay. Well, current objective switched to defeat the approaching Vulgus, which tells me that, yeah, spoiler alert, there may be enemies here? Maybe? Question mark, though? Well, they definitely want me to grapple this. But there is a limit to it, so I jump, grapple up, okay. Easy as you like, then. Now, jump. Okay. Press the left bumper and right bumper to perform a sub-attack. Okay, so it looks like it's basically just a punch. Okay, then. When sub-attack is on cooldown, swing your firearm to perform a weak sub-attack. Okay. Should we try it here? Is it any good? I mean, it killed him, so it's gotta be somewhat decent. But then again, a shotgun straight to the head is also very decent, so, you know. Okay. This is way too big a room to not have extra snipers. I'm not the only one right now who's thinking that, right? What's off in this corner? I refuse to believe they're not collectibles. Wow, no, there's nothing. Nothing the other way either. Well, that's just a shame. This is far too big an area. Wow, the sprint speed is really fast. Okay. So, now the objective is just join Bunny. Oop. Okay. Left bumper plus Y is the traction grenade. Okay, we knew about that. And we already discovered the left bumper plus A is the grenade throw. Okay. Left bumper plus B is the overkill. Okay. And the press the left trigger to fire the launcher. Okay.
You are under the influence of your unconscious mind. Test your limits.
Okay.
Where did this power come from?
This is your true form.
I see. That doesn't sound intimidating at all. So let's try these out then. The B is... not entirely sure what. I think that's the self-buff. Okay. Really? That's the fire speed of the sniper-type weapon? Really? That seems very strange to me. Now, was it the self-buff causing that? No, it just seems to fire that fast regardless. Okay. Now, left bumper plus Y, that's the traction grenade, right? Yeah. Okay, that looks like it has a pretty big radius. And then the left bumper plus X is the... yeah, that thing. Okay, well that thing seems quite powerful. But, yeah, no, it burns up all of your MP, whatever it stands for in this game, so... yeah, that's neat. Let's wait until we get a little bit more of our MP, because I think they're suggesting that there are enemies here? No, not there. Okay. That would be such a neat little spot, though. Okay, stairs. So certainly... yeah, there are enemies here. Oh, and they see me. Oh, wow, you're the melee-focused one. Okay. I can't tell if they hit me or not. I'm not dead, though, so... okay, so that's our MP back. And we got something else. Do you have a genuine ammo limit in this game? I can't really tell. Okay, what is over here? More enemies, okay. Wow, that was a one-shot, okay. Excuse me? Excuse me, sir. You need to slow down. My aim is just not that good. Okay, you... the Soulless. And they seem to be melee-type enemies. So, one of Yes's frost effects would have been decent, wouldn't it have been? I didn't really think they would have many melee enemies. I hope I don't come to regret that choice then. I hope that's not commonplace and I'll feel like an idiot. Okay. Wow, okay. No, melee enemies are super common so far. Are you really not gonna walk up the stairs? Whoa, what was... You have your own little toss ability. Oh, that's adorable. Mine's better when it actually hits. Whoa, oh! I did not see... Hey guys. I didn't say this would be a walkthrough, but just a quick tip. There's a gap there. Yeah, it's right there. There's no floor there, just so you know. Okay, but at least now we know the punishment for falling is not that horrendous. It looks like it literally just put us back there. Didn't even respawn the enemies. Okay. That seems like... It really didn't look like... It looked like there was floor there. It really did. I promise in my head it made sense.
It's been a while since your last report. Have you regrouped with Bunny? I need confirmation.
Roger that. Resuming operation. I'm at the rendezvous point. Bunny, where are you? Bunny! Shout if you can hear me!
Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. No shout. Oh, wait. We have a third weapon I haven't even looked at. Okay, so I need to press and hold Y to switch to it. Okay, what is this weapon saying? Oh, is that a shotgun? This seems very shotgunny. No thanks, I'm just sticking with the sniper rifle then. I do not want to get involved with a shotgun. That is not my comfort zone, if you know what I mean. Okay then. So this is gonna be another grappling hook area. Just checking. This is floor. This is floor of some kind. This is definitely floor. Everywhere here has floor. Just making sure. That's floor. Yes, okay.
Time has finally come.
Void energy detected. Ford, what is your situation?
Kurl touched the heart. This triggers some kind of anomaly. Waiting orders.
It seems weaker than normal. You're free to engage.
Wow, okay then. So it seems the Vulgus are actually way more powerful than it looked like, and I think we're going to have their equivalent of a bit of a boss fight, I assume. Some Colossus body parts. Okay, you haven't even told me what a Colossus is. I know it's the giant crab thing in front of me, but come on. So, some Colossus body parts can be removed. Okay. Pressing the down on the right stick button uses... It kind of displays the destructible part. Okay. I see, so that's what I hit earlier. And that's going to, yeah, show the destructible parts. So I'm assuming this is going to be a bit of a get rid of the weakness to actually destroy it type situation. Destructible parts shown in yellow can be removed. Okay, so only when they're shown in yellow. Interesting. When a part turns yellow, you can fire the grappling hook to hang on to it. Okay. Interesting. If the Colossus shakes its body in resistance, you can press left trigger to hold on. Okay. So is that going to be a sort of trigger mashing competition? If you manage to hang on successfully, you can repeatedly mash the right trigger to remove that part. Okay. Now, why do I want to remove parts, is my question. I'm assuming that's what I'll need to do to actually kill this thing. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, you are losing chunks of health. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, it's not in good condition. Okay. Yeah, I am working on it. No way that's all, right? No way that was the boss.
Alpha, the Ironheart was stolen. The operation failed.
Damn it! I never expected Karel to show up in person after everything we've gone through to find that Ironheart. If we don't find the other two Ironhearts before he does, the dimensional wall will be in danger.
Don't lose hope, HQ. We've made contact with a guide. She's going to help us.
Okay, then. That was it. That was the mission. Okay, I mean, I know it's, the starting mission. And, I haven't outright played it before, but I have seen clips of it. I sort of knew some things, but that boss felt a bit too easy. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a difficulty setting. I didn't find one in the settings. That felt a bit too... I think the boss's main problem was he was just too freaking squishy for what he was. I didn't even get to really see his abilities or see him attack in any way. He just died so quick. I don't think you were meant to fight him with the sniper rifle, funnily enough.
Descendant, follow my voice. I need your help.
Okay then.
My help. I can find the Ironheart.
Enzo, did you hear that voice?
Yeah, I heard it too, Bunny. I need to explain the situation to Alpha. You should go and get treated.
What? Can't Alpha hear the guide's voice?
I don't hear anything at all. It seems to only be linked to active descendants. Now, are there any other descendants who have had contact with the guide?
Aside from Jeremy, all descendants have reported connecting with the guide. And the descendant who first made contact with the Ironheart will be arriving at HQ shortly.
When it comes to the guide, We have to consider all possibilities. Make sure you familiarize yourself with everything.
Okay then. So... Well, that's a heck of a pause menu. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to get into that next episode then. Because I think that is where I'm going to call it a day. This is the first time I've actually gone into a game and shown it on the channel without having played it first. Now, I'm not gonna do like a review of it yet or anything. I'm just gonna say my initial thoughts of it for, you know, anyone who's thinking of buying it, since, you know, this is literally the night, now technically morning of its release. It has not even been out a day yet. So this is definitely a very new game. So what do I think of it? It's definitely good. Its graphics are nice to me. The problem is there are just so many games out there with such mind-blowing graphics that sometimes it can be a little easy to lose standards. Like, you see enough games of a certain graphical fidelity, and suddenly more average-seeming games don't seem as good. This is, however, I will say, better than average in my opinion. Now, I don't play new games very often. This is a new experience for you and me. So I do want to put that into perspective, is that is my perspective. But yeah, its graphics seem good. The audio seems to have a few strange kinks. There were some things that I was noticing were happening in cutscenes where it felt like, nah, that definitely should have made a sound. That should have had a bigger tink. That should have made a bigger boom. You know? And the story, well, I mean, I've barely experienced the story, but it seems a very interesting so far. Now, I do say, I do know a little bit about it before I went into it, but this was mostly blind. But it is essentially a classic alien invasion story, and, yeah, the Vulgus seem to be some interesting characters, but then that's my other critique. My first... I mean, I just played it. You know, this is my first day playing it, so I'm not, like, outright reviewing it. I'm just critiquing what I've gathered from the first level. It seems a bit too easy. In that the enemies didn't really... I get it, it's the first mission. And, you know, it seems pretty on par for the first few enemies. But, man, the boss fight really dropped the ball. The weird Grave Walker? Yeah, I know why it was called a Grave Walker, because it's walking into its own grave. That was absolutely pathetic. And I'm not sure there's any real difficulty settings or anything like that. So, yeah, that is my, my first look at it. And, you know, I do know that it does have some microtransactions, and I've heard rumors, and fears, I should say, that later on they will try to make things seem a bit more grindy, because you can level up in the game. I do know that. Didn't happen this first mission, but I know it's a thing you can do. Pretty important, I'm assuming. And, you know, I'm here in the pause menu. I do already notice the shop and battle pass, so maybe I don't know if the microtransactions are really going to be an issue yet. I, again, have literally just played the game, so maybe they'll rear more of an ugly head later, but so far, it controls nice. The story seems interesting so far. We have a weird ghost lady. Again, second game I've played is where we've had a weird ghost lady. Seems to be a thing with Unreal games that I've played. Don't know why. And the enemies that I did face so far had interesting concepts. You know, we had a decent, very low health melee enemy. We fought a sniper who didn't really want to shoot me if I was anywhere close to the wall, but okay, you know. we all have our preferences. And yeah, I think I definitely will do more videos on it. But if you want to see those videos, remember, because you're probably new here, this channel, Crazy Kitsune Gaming, is a bit like a democracy. You need to hit that subscribe button in order to vote for me to do more and more videos on this game. So, yeah, with all that said, I'd say that that's the end of the video. Like I said, I kind of like the game so far, and there's a good chance I'll be back. But you gotta hit that subscribe button. But, until then, I will see you next time. Have a good day, everybody.